Hello and welcome back to a new video and continues the journey of the road to 100 kilo bench. Here I am doing one set of 3 and 7 sets of 2 with 62.5 kilograms. First set here, up and down, nice and easy, but I do feel that my lift off was a little bit shaky here. So again, this is probably just the first set feeling things out here. Second set here, just taking a little bit of time to unrack the bar here. Again, when I come down, I feel like I made the same kind of mistake that I did when I failed my 80 kilo bench this time last week, was to let the bar roll just a tiny little bit in front of me. But here, again, I probably got away with it, and I did, thankfully enough. Third set here, again, still, the groove again is really not that great here. But anyway, I think just coming down nice and slow as I have done in the past 3 sets. That's what really has helped me a lot in controlling these weights. Because the natural instinct is just to get a little bit scared and just let it drop a little bit faster, and that's not what I want. Much better lift off here, coming off a lot smoother and just coming down a lot quicker here. Just nice and smooth and nice and up. The most consistent bar path I've seen here. Just making sure that you stay it this way so that I don't end up getting into any accidents. Fifth set, pretty much the same as the fourth one. It's just that I felt like I just took a little bit too long to unrack the bar, which is why I think it didn't come off as evenly as I thought it would. But anyway, nothing too much of an issue. We'll just see how things go. Again, the lift off here again felt a little bit uneven, felt more angling like towards the right side. I think this is where I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit more tired here, but I don't think that's really a problem. Just as long as I just slow and slow under control, that's all that matters here. As you probably can see, as I come down for my first rep in this set, that I do set up pretty well. It's just that again, I made the same mistake of letting the bar roll just a tiny bit forward. But again, here it doesn't matter. But what matters is when I hit my next PB. Last set of heavy benching here. Again, just went up pretty well, ended off pretty well with just a nice lift off, coming down nice and slow, just pausing a little bit, just coming back up, going back down, and coming back up a little bit slower. But again, this is not an issue. It'll be more of an issue if I do go a little bit much more heavy than that. First light set here, again, just feeling it out pretty easy, coming down very fast, exploding back up on each repetition. I don't take that much time to unrack the bar, which of course should never be the case, but just feeling pretty good. Again, doesn't feel like I'm doing very much, but the payoff, I'm sure, will be huge. And coming up here, I did not think that this would be my messiest set, but it ended up being a little bit more, I would say, a little bit choppy than I would have thought. But anyway, nothing too bad. I just let the bar drift out in front of me a little bit too much, that when I came down for my second rep, the bar just rolled. But again, this is probably just a minor issue that I have to face. Okay, last set, definitely the best one here. Definitely, I'm not taking too much time to unrack the bar, just coming up and down. The bar path remains pretty much the same throughout the set, and I rack it, nice and easy. You'll see what the next Monday brings. Now for the pulling portion of my workout, here I am just, step loading my weighted pull-ups for 3 sets of 4 and 2 sets of 3 this week with an added 25 kilograms. So here I am, my first set, just coming up and down, nice and easy on each repetition. And of course, I do feel like I slow down it a little bit more as I get that little tinge fatigued. But again, this is definitely to be expected, and I'm sure it will feel the same way. Second set here, pretty much the same as the first. I am feeling a little bit more fatigued, but I think it's not a big of a deal. At least what I see is that I'm coming down, and going up and getting my chin over the bar a bit more consistently than I have in my past pulling workout. So that's definitely a good sign. The last set of 4 here, definitely, again, the consistency definitely is something that I've been very proud of in this pull session, even though today actually was not a planned pull session. I had planned it to do on Friday, but since I had to shift my run to the morning because I had to run a little bit further, I figured that, just give it a go, and I think it worked. Definitely feeling good. Definitely feeling confident that I can pull off the 4th set of 4 and the 1 set of 3 in the next session. I think I definitely hit the sweet spot here again this week, just getting my chin up on this first set of triples here. Definitely feeling, good, nice and warm in those first 3 sets, enough to help me get those 3 reps, but not the 4th one. I'm sure if I had tried to go for a 4th one here, it probably would have not been that pretty. So definitely feeling pretty good. What a way to end it off. A solid set of 3 here, setting up nice and well, coming up and down, very, very, very controlled pace. No swinging, no swaying or anything. Just getting the chin over the bar on every single repetition that I did without feeling over fatigued here. See you in the next one, guys.